Willie D Live.
You meet Teresa. Where?
So there was a club in South Houston, and I used to when I got to Houston, I used to go down and just try out different clubs and hang out and everything.
Yeah.
And so I was down there, and the Tyler Rose is what it was called. And I think it shut down a few years after that. But I was there and I saw her. And so that's another whole story. I saw her and I just went up and we started talking. And then I didn't realize that she was actually on a date.
Okay.
So I just sat down at the table with her and her date and her cousin and another guy and started talking, and I didn't realize she was on a date. And the guy she was with, I started noticing the veins were like bulging out of his neck. And he kept talking about, I need to back off or this stuff, but I still didn't get that she was on a date.
But he's telling you to back off and you still not picking up what he's putting down.
But I'm talking to her. It's all right. It's not my problem that you got a problem.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it. So finally, he was about to explode. I mean, literally, the veins was going to bust out this dude's neck.
Mm-hmm.
And but he was confused, I guess, because I wasn't at all scared or anything. And this was a big old. Turns out he was like, I don't know if he was a linebacker or what he was, but he was a football player, and he was huge. And he was just, I guess that was part of the confusing part, is he probably was like, okay, why is this guy not even like scared? But I'd been through so much military combat training. I wasn't like, I didn't give a damn.
He was a pro football player?
Yeah.
So how do you get the number? Because this back in the day, we didn't have smartphones and
right.
stuff. And where'd you put the number? Did you put the number in the beeper or you write it down?
No.
Or you memorize it?
She said, anyway, it's the funniest thing, because I still didn't get that she was on a date. Even she said, okay, let's dance. And so we're dancing, and she said, I'm on a date. And I'm like, oh, crap. So then I said, okay, well, I don't want to leave, because if I leave, I'll never see you again. And
look at this guy, man. Look, I'm the gangster love, bro. I don't need no competition. Well, go ahead.
So I said, okay, I'll write my number down, and then if you promise to call me, and then I'll go on. And so she said, okay, I promise I'm going to call you. And so I wrote the number down, and then she ended up calling. And then we just talked and talked and talked and talked and talked, and we just clicked. And
yeah, that's different. That's different. So so your dad, what's his reaction when you bring this black girl home and say, I'm going to marry her?
Oh, I didn't.
How did it go?
Okay, so we had always been taught that there's this, they never talked about prejudice per se, but my parents, from when we were little, they say people are people, there's no difference. Everybody's the same, they're people. You just respect everybody, and everybody's people. So since I grew up with that, and that's what they believed, then
you tested the theory.
Yeah. So when we wasn't even testing, it was just what I said. I met somebody, and we're close, and we're and we're dating and all this stuff, right? But I never mentioned what skin color she was, because why should it matter?
Right.
Shouldn't matter. If we're raised where everybody's equal and it doesn't matter, then why am I announcing it? Why does it matter?
Right.
So so they came to visit in Texas, and that's the first time at the airport they got off the plane, and you could go all the way to the gate to meet people back then.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to the gate to meet them, and Teresa was there, but she was facing the other direction slightly, so I could see where they were a little confused. So they said, so they didn't click immediately that she was Teresa. So when they got off the plane, they said, so where's Teresa? And so then I said, oh, here's Teresa. And then they did look a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
You know, not bad, but it was a little surprised.
Right.
And then they met and everything went fine.
And everything was cool. But
yeah, everything was cool.
But how was things for Teresa's parents when they found out that Teresa was dating a white guy?
No problem.
No problems.
Nope. No problem at all. Because Teresa actually grew up way, way out in the country. And her great-grandfather got hundreds of acres of land way out there. And all they had was white right-wing neighbors.
Oh, damn.
So she grew up in a white right-wing environment. So she was totally used to everything, and her family was too. And there was, like 10 miles away, there was a big population of blacks, but where they were, way down off in the country, there was all their whole neighbors in that whole side was all white.
What city is it? Is it Texas?
Yeah, Queen City and Atlanta, Texas.
I tell you how small those places are. I never even heard of either one of them.
Yeah. Texarkana, have you heard of that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So it's about 30 miles from Texarkana.
Yeah.
South on 59, like going towards back here.
Yeah. Interesting.